Hello viewers at home. Welcome to the e-learning program organized by Kebbi State Ministry for Basic and Secondary Education in collaboration with Ministry for ICT for students stays at home due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Please stay safe. COVID-19 is real. Abide by all rules and regulations given to you by medical personnel, especially washing your hands regularly. Keep personal hygiene, and then stay safe. COVID-19 is real. I am by name Mahmoud Abubakar. I'm here to teach you the subject economics. And today's date is 14th April. And our topic today is distributive trade. Hello students. Distributive trade, that is our topic we are going to discuss today. But before I go further, I would like to take you back to our previous knowledge, based on what we have discussed so far, that is production. Now, what is production? We said production is the creation of goods and services aimed at what satisfy the human want. It is also known as what? The creation of a utility. Then, when we say utility, we are still talking about the satisfaction derived from using a particular product. Now, that product that is aims at satisfy the human want, we might mention that a product is not complete unless when you get into the hand of the final consumer. Now, how does the product get into the hand of the final consumer? That is a big question there. Then the answer to that question is distributive trade, which you are going to see today. Now, if you look at it, distributive trade or chain of distribution, or sometimes they call it channel of distribution. It may be defined as what? Various stages. Various what? Stages. Which finished goods, finish what? Goods pass before it reaches into the hand of the what? Final consumer. Now, who are those consumers? When we say consumer, we're talking about the end users, the people that will use the product. Are we together, students? Good. Now, when we talk about the stage, we're talking about the step that you take before the product reach the consumer. Then goods here, when we say goods, we're talking about the products, and when we say the product will also mean the same thing with what? The goods. The good can be divided into two. We have, okay, when we say goods, we're talking about tangible items that you can see and touch. What are the examples of those tangible items that you can see and touch? A biro, a pen, a book, and so on and so forth. Now, if you look at it again, they said such goods must reach the consumer at appropriate what? Time, place, and affordable price. We have time, we have place, then we also have what? Price. When we say talk about the place, we are talking about a particular area, because there are some certain products that need in one area which is not necessary to be available or necessary to take them into another area. Then when we say place, sorry, when we say time, we're talking about the period. Then when we say place, we're talking about the area. Then when we talk about the price, we are talking about what? How much the product will be sold. Are we together? Now, you see we have one diagram here. Below is a diagram that shows a simple channel of distribution. That means the stages that pass before the product get into the hand of the final consumer. One, we have producer or manufacturer. After the producer produces the product, they will now pass through what? The wholesaler. From the wholesaler, they will now pass to what? The retailer. Then from the retailer, the product will now get to the final consumer. The final consumer, that's what they call the end users. Now, we'll take them one after the other. Who is a producer? Who is a wholesaler, retailer, and the final consumer? Now, when we look at this, a producer in the chain of distribution is the one who combines the factors of production. When we say the factors of production, we're talking about the land, labor, capital, and the entrepreneur. Now, the factors of production to produce what? Goods and services to satisfy the human wants. This satisfaction of human wants is a situation whereby a person that is using the product tests the product and finds the product is okay for him. As far as the person that's using the product tests the product and finds the product is not okay for him, that product is not a product to that particular person, and that particular person is hardly for him to use that particular product again. Then we also have what? The wholesaler. The wholesaler, in that sense, that's what they call the intermediary. Called the intermediate between what? The retailer and what? The producer. A wholesaler may be defined as that person, that means a trader, who obtain goods from what? Manufacturer in bulk. When we say bulk, what does that mean? We are talking about a large quantity. He buys a large quantity from what? From the manufacturer. And sell what? In small quantity to what? The retailer. A wholesaler is an essential and desirable element in the channel of distribution and the production. It is very important because there are some certain products, in the absence of this wholesaler, you will not get them even in your area or in your locality. Because if you go to the market, you find that there are some certain products, they are not locally made products. They are products from outside. How did the product get into you? And that product get into you through the use of what? The wholesaler. Because it's a person that has the money. When he has the money, he now use the money to buy those products. When he buys those products, he now bring them to the retailer, and the retailer will now buy them and sell it to the final consumer. Also, a wholesaler is called the middleman or the middleman because he is in between the manufacturer and the retailer, as we said earlier. He is in between the producer and also the final consumer. He buys goods from the manufacturer, that is the producer, and now sell it into what? Pieces, into the small quantities to what? To the retailer. Now, what are the roles played or functions by the wholesaler? A wholesaler performs two functions because it's an intermediary. One on the other side, one to the wholesaler is to the producer, and the other side to the what? To the retailer. Now we look at them, we divide it into two. One, the function he performs to the manufacturer, and also the function he performs to the retailer. Now if you look at it here, we have about 5 or 4 main functions. One, he breaks the bulk from the manufacturer. How did he break the bulk from the manufacturer? That means he buy in the large quantity. He buy in what? In the large quantity. What he buy in the large quantity? From the manufacturer, and now he now sell it into the retailer. Then the retailer will buy from them. Then also have the second one that I said he provides warehouse facilities to for the what? Manufacturer. How did he provide warehouse facilities to the manufacturer? Then the warehouse, it means a store where the producer, the wholesaler, will buy the product. After he buy the product, he now keep them before he now take them to a necessary place. That is a store to keep them and to stop them from sunlight and the water. They also have what? He provides funds for the manufacturer to ensure continued production of goods. He may even get there and find out the producer. He may even get there and find out the producer's product is not complete. It's not complete, but they need some money. Okay. Then he provides funds to manufacturer. After he provides funds to the manufacturer to ensure that continuation of the product or the production. That is why if you get there, you find that the product is not complete, he will now say, okay, our product is not complete, and maybe we lack funds. They will say, okay, no problem. We need some money from you. He may give them the money pending the completion of the product. Then the last one, he furnish useful information to the manufacturer about the market situation. What happened in the market is the manufacturer doesn't go to market. He doesn't deal with the customer direct. Rather, it's the wholesaler that deal with the retailer, then the retailer deal with the final consumer. The final consumer will now complain if there is to the manufacturer, so to the retailer. Then the retailer also now take that complaint down to the wholesaler, while the wholesaler will now take that complaint to the manufacturer. Now, if we look at it again, as we mentioned here, we wrote a distributed trade, while sometimes they used to call it what? Channel of distribution. So that is how it is. Sometimes you see it distributive trade, then under it you see channel distribution, sometimes you see the channel of distribution. Okay, I hope you are following, students. So don't be confused. When you see distributive trade, you may ask you what is distributive trade. They are still talking about what? The channel of distribution, because of this, one after the other. Are you following us? Okay. Now we look at the functions of wholesaler to retailer. One, he advised the retailer. If a retailer comes to him, maybe you want to buy some certain product, he will tell them that, no, don't use this product, use this product. Maybe it's the price is affordable to the consumer, or the product will last longer, and so on and so forth. Then he also give credit facilities to retailer. How does the wholesaler give credit facilities to retailer? He gave it because assuming a retailer comes into the wholesaler, maybe he has 50,000 naira, having had 50,000 naira, and he want to buy goods, and the good he want to buy maybe was 70,000 naira, while he has 50,000 naira. What will happen? And he definitely need the goods. If he go back, he think that yes, he's going to make some profit there, and then the good will not be available to him, and he don't want to miss his customers. So for that, he may say, okay, this is what I have. I want you to give me the good that worth this. Then he may even agree and give it to him. After the next time when he call, he will still balance him with the remaining balance, and now he give him the other goods. Then he sells goods in small quantity to the retailer. He do go to the manufacturer, buy in bulk. When we say buy in bulk, we're talking about he buy maybe in cartons or in tons. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 100 tons. And he now bring it. When he now bring it, the retailer come to him. He may say, okay, how many do you want? Maybe I want 10 bags of rice, or I want maybe 20 cartons of pieces of books all together, or I want maybe 5 books, cartons of what? Items that you wanted to buy. Then he introduced new product. What's mean by new product? A product that are new, just created by another person, and before they get into the market, definitely most of the producers use wholesalers, because the wholesaler will get to them and now take the product to them. From there, they will now say, okay, if a wholesaler comes or retailer comes, they will now tell him, okay, use this product, or take this product as a sample. When you take the product as a sample, from there, if the retailers come, they will now give it to them from there. Before you even see them on advertisement or any other things, you will see the product from that particular retailer. Now, having explained the functions of a wholesaler, now we are going to another stage, that is the retailer. That is what they call the last link in the chain of distribution. Who is a retailer? A retailer is that person who sells goods in small quantity or unit to the final consumer. That is why they call him the last link, because he is the one that deals with the end users. Those who are those end users, that means the consumers. Are we together? Now, he is the last link, as I mentioned earlier, in the chain of distribution. He is therefore the middleman between what? The wholesaler and the consumer. Example of retailing include what? Hawking, supermarket, street selling, marketplace selling. Now, for you to identify a retailing, you find that yes, hawking. So that I hope you understand hawking. Maybe some of you are even doing hawking at home right now while you are staying. So please concentrate on your studies. Now, okay, when we say hawking, a person that carries goods and move from one place to other. It's not necessarily that, okay, somebody that will carry it on hay. Maybe those ones that are selling geta, uli, or biscuit, whatsoever. No, even a person that carries a bicycle, puts products on it, moving from one place to another, from one place to another, it's a hawking. Apart from that, somebody that will carry goods on machine or in cars, moving from one place to another, going around, that is what refers to as a hawking. They also have what? Supermarkets. Most of you know supermarkets without mentioning. There are so many supermarkets in Birnin Kebbi. When you get there, you see items or products displayed. When you see them displayed, some of them they will even put their names. They put their price there. You go there, if you want one, you take it and just pay. Then you go. Then we have street retailing. Maybe those people that are moving, if you are going along the road, you have some people that are having a kiosk. They'll carry some goods or items, drop there. If you want in pieces, you buy. If you want in units, they'll still sell it to you. They also have marketplace. Most of the time, you go to market. In normal circumstances, there are some wholesaler markets and also a retailer market. But now, everything is chipped up. Why? Because a wholesaler takes the functions of what? A retailer. You find that if you want in pieces, they will sell in pieces for you. Also, if you want in bulk, they will still sell in bulk for you. Are we together? Then, that is the retailer. Now look at the functions performed by a retailer. This time around, because of the time, we now encapsulated everything together. We didn't even separate the functions between the functions of retailer performed by to the wholesaler and that of to the consumer. We now merge them together. If you look at it here, we have about 7 functions mentioned. The first one sells in small quantity or unit to numerous consumers. Numerous consumers. You will now, somebody wants one biro, he will sell. Somebody wants one cleaner, he will still sell to him. Somebody wants one book, he will still sell to him. Then he keeps varieties of goods from which the consumer can choose. Now, as a consumer, you do go to market, or you do go to a shop within your area. You will find that there's varieties of goods, different kind of goods there, which sometimes is harder to find in the wholesaler. One example, McLean. You go there, you see Close Up, you see Oral B, you see all those things are there. So anyone you like, you will just pick from him and pay. Then he gives credit facilities to reliable customers. Likewise, you see even around us at home, you see there are some people that have different shops close to us. Sometimes you don't have money, your father will send you, I go and tell somebody I'm not going to ask you to give you this without giving you money. Why? Because he give you that product to your father, because your father is what? A reliable customer. Are we together? That's good. Then he bring the goods nearer to the consumers. Are we together? How did he bring nearer to the consumers? You see, as I gave an example, this ordinary marker. I think we are not producing this marker in Birnin Kebbi. Maybe even this ruler, we are not producing in Birnin Kebbi. If you say, maybe, let's assume maybe we are producing in Lagos. How much will you spend for you to get to Lagos and get this ruler? You see the transportation is there. Then you too, the rates attached to you moving there is also there. But the wholesaler gets this. The retailer also gets it from him. Maybe you want to Sokoto and buy it and you now bring it to you, close to you. Maybe it's not up to a kilometer. You will go there and buy it. You see, that is why he bring the good closer to you. Then We still have, he advised what? Goods. How did he advertise? When we say advertise, what does that mean by advertisement? That means to create or to campaign about a particular thing, to tell people about what's happened. Isn't it? That means he's telling people about, yes, this product is good or this product is not good. Are we together? Then he also advised the consumer. Okay, when we say he advertised, he now said, tell people about the existing product. Maybe that a new product that come into the market, maybe you are not aware of it. You now tell you, okay, there's a new product. Can you test it? Try it. It's good product. From there, then you use it. Then he advised the consumer. Then he provides after-sale services. What's meant by after-sale services, students? After-sale services is a situation whereby after you have sold the product to you, the next thing, maybe there's some certain product that need to be assembled or need to be serviced, to do services for them. Then sometime a wholesaler, a retailer did for them. Maybe you buy a fridge, or you buy a fanker, or you buy a brand new machine, maybe in the package. So what will happen? If you go there where they're selling it, you see that, yes, it's those retailers that call some people and assemble those particular products. The only thing you pay and just carry. Are we together? So I've been explaining the channel of distribution. That is, we explain what's in by producer. We also explain what's in by wholesaler. We also explain what's in by retailer and the final. Then we are now going to the final consumer. Then when we say final consumer, we are talking about the people that are using the product. If I now buy this barrel and want to sell it, I'm not a consumer. But when I buy it, I open it, I'm begin to use it. I'm consuming it. That's it. Are we together? That's good. Because if you go to market, you see books kept there. That one is for the seller. But you, if you buy it, once you buy it, you open it, you begin to use it. You cannot sell it again. Are we together? Fine. Then there's something they call process of distribution. The process of distribution of goods involves all human and physical means which smooth the transfer of such goods from producer down to the final consumer, as we see here, isn't it? Now, this process includes the following. That's what they call one middleman. We explain what's meant by the middleman. If you look at it here, we have the producer, we have the final consumer. Who are the middlemen? The middlemen there are the wholesaler and the retailer, which we have explained them earlier. Then we have the transportation. Before the goods arrive or get to the final consumer, definitely something will happen here. A wholesaler is not going to just say, okay, I buy, just shake it. How does the goods get to him? Definitely he has to apply what? The means of transportation. That is why they say transportation means the movement of finished goods from that producer down to the wholesaler, or from the wholesaler down to the final consumer. Then we have advertisement. That's why we said advertisement simply means the creation of awareness. That's campaign, telling people about who you are or what the product is all about. All together. That can be done through what? TV. If you're watching TV, you see products, advertisements, you see people, most especially during politics, you see people how they are advertising themselves. That's what they call how they are campaigning themselves. Then radio, and also now, addition of what? Social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, to go, Twitter, and whatsoever. Most especially if you want to catch some students now, advertise or send something through WhatsApp or social media. It will be easy to get them. Then the last one is warehousing. That warehousing is store. I hope we are following students and you enjoy our lesson. Next time, inshallah, we will meet and then we'll explain with the new topics. That is the end of our program for today. I am by name Mahmoud Abubakar. Please stay safe. COVID-19 is real. Prevention is better than cure. For any inquiry, please, if you want to call me, you can call me or contact me with this number, 070 34 47 23 17. Thank you and have a nice day.